All right, so let's talk about going from a beginner data analyst to an advanced one. So when I first started as a data analyst, I was basically just a SQL jockey and a dashboard monkey. I was building some cool stuff, but I wasn't really seeing the bigger picture. After a while, I even became stuck and somewhat complacent. But over time, there were a few key things that I realized that helped me to start making a real impact in the company I was working for. And this is also something that helped me to trend upwards in my career. I'm going to share those things with you today. Those things are understanding the data ecosystem, developing key business metrics, leading projects and engaging with stakeholders, and mentoring and guiding others. So let's dive into these, starting with understanding the data ecosystem. So what this essentially comes down to is knowing the data flow of your organization and understanding how different tools fit together. Now, this is an insanely huge topic. I mean, there's entire newsletters and pieces of content related just to this thing. The data ecosystem is huge and there's a lot of different categories, but in a high level, basic sense, you want to understand how all the tools and data within your company, the data that you're working with, how it all fits together. When I first started in data, I learned how to use all these different tools and stuff and build cool things, but I didn't really know how they fit together. That took some time and exposure to understand. More importantly, I didn't understand how these different tools fit together in the company I was working for. Each company has its own unique data flow. Some of the things you want to try to understand in terms of your company's data ecosystem are the data sources. Where is data coming from? The different third-party tools they use, where they're pulling that data. Data storage is another, learning how the data is stored. Is it in data lakes, data warehouses, and understanding the difference between structured and unstructured data. And you want to understand data governance as well, the access to that data, familiarizing yourself with how that data is retrieved and the security measures around how that data is properly accessed. Beyond that, you want to understand how the different tools you're using fit together. It's one thing to, submit a SQL query or to make a cool dashboard with already clean data, but knowing how these all fit together is going to help you to be more well-rounded as a data analyst and lead projects end to end, which is a point I'm going to get to later on in the video here. So some examples of this is like your SQL for reporting, knowing the different databases you're querying from, where that data is stored, how it's extracted, things like that. Understanding how that data gets to different tools like Tableau and Power BI. And another is the integration and storage of that data. This might be tools like Snowflake and understanding how that integrates with the different platforms that your company is using and how it manages that data. Another thing that made a big difference for me was understanding how ETL tools work. ETL tools made a huge difference in my understanding of the data ecosystem. And if you're not familiar, ETL stands for extract, transform, and load. Extracting is pulling that data from multiple sources. Forming that data is knowing how to manipulate and clean it so that it's ready for use. And when it comes to ETL, tools like Skyvia are a great option. They happen to be the sponsor of today's video. Skyvia is a no-code, 100% cloud-based platform. It's super intuitive. So whether you're syncing your data from a CRM to a data warehouse or managing complex data flows, you can do it all in minutes without any coding. And the best part is it connects to over 190 data sources, making integrations easy. Imagine being able to automate your data flows effortlessly and scale your analysis with real-time data access. If you're looking to break into more advanced roles, mastering tools like Skyvia not only saves you hours of work, but helps you to become a powerhouse in your organization. And right now, Skyvia is running their Black Friday sale from now until November 29th. New customers will get a 40% discount on any annual subscription, giving you access to the platform's advanced suite of data integrations and workflow automation tools. Existing customers can also get a 30% discount on any annual subscription renewal. And for a limited time, new yearly subscribers to the data integration plan will receive complimentary access to 3 additional Skyvia products: Automation, Connect, and Query for 3 months. This complete solution set is designed to enhance your data strategy and your operational effectiveness. The first 10 customers to secure this Black Friday deal will get a complimentary one-on-one onboarding session to help you maximize functionality of the platform. So if you're serious about becoming a well-rounded data analyst, don't just stop at queries and visualizations. Dive into tools like Skyvia and start mastering data integration. Check out the link in the description to try Skyvia for free. Now let's move on to my second point, develop developing key business metrics. This is high-level thinking. When you're just taking a basic order to create a simple dashboard or something like that, that's pretty task-oriented, and that's fine. But if you really want to level up as a data analyst, having this kind of high-level thinking is essential. So what does this look like? Developing key business metrics. Well, you want to identify KPIs that your leaders actually care about. They'll know some of those, others they may be less aware of, but the point is you want to develop these alongside your stakeholders. In addition to that, you also want to measure their impact and effectiveness. So you want to put yourself in the pilot seat and start to drive this initiative alongside your stakeholders to develop these key business KPIs. This is high impact work. This goes beyond simple task completion and starts diving into something that will ultimately shape the data strategy of your department or organization. It'll make a huge impact in the work you do, but also the impact that you have. And when you do this, it'll guide a lot of the work you do, because you can always use these key business metrics as a lighthouse to guide you in the direction your analysis should go. And this kind of blends into my third point, which is leading projects and engaging with stakeholders. This is where you really want to take ownership. You need to think of yourself almost like a project manager. So this might look like initiating meetings with your stakeholders for discovery to understand the scope of the project that they're asking for. And part of this too is helping them to develop those key business metrics, whether that's, for another department you're helping, or it's for your manager that you report to, whatever. But initiating the discovery of the project scope and checking in with stakeholders often to make sure you're on the right track, getting feedback, and expecting iteration of your data project. It's very rare that when you create a project, it's going to be one and done, right? So you want to expect that iteration, and you want to have an ongoing conversation with your stakeholders and drive that conversation. Don't wait for them to check in with you or tell you what they need. Initiate that. Go to them, ask them lots of great questions to make sure that you are scoping this project properly, saving yourself time, but also building a final product that's going to be exactly what they need or beyond what they need. In these kind of scenarios, doing the bare minimum is beginner level. You want to exceed expectations and drive the conversation, take ownership, take initiative to really stand out as an advanced level analyst. And that's ultimately going to win you more trust within your organization as well, which then leads to more impact. And the final thing I want to talk about today is mentoring and guiding others. Point number 4. So this one is a little different than the first 3 we covered because it's non-tangible impact. It's one thing to build a data project and measure its impact and be able to say that you improved effectiveness by this % or whatever, right? But when you're mentoring someone else and helping them, that's a little less tangible. That's tougher to measure, and it's more of a long-term impact on the organization. But this is where you could really set yourself apart as a leader. You don't have to have a manager, supervisor title or whatever to be a leader. A leader is just someone who helps others, takes charge, serves the team, and takes initiative. So some examples of this might be if you have a new person joining your team and you decide to take them under your wing, or someone asks you for help and you just make yourself available and willing to help them in an excited way. Not just, we've all asked for help from someone or gotten help from someone who you could tell really doesn't want to be giving you help, but they have to. You want to be the opposite of that. You want to be eager to help because you're going to win that person's trust and become a leader on your team by doing so. Or say there's someone from another department who wants to shadow you or something like that. Embrace those opportunities so that you can guide others within the organization to what you do and maybe what they should be doing, and mentoring people that you have more experience than. And you can do this within your organization. You could also do this through people you meet on LinkedIn or something like that. I have a handful of mentors on LinkedIn who I've never met in person, but who have really guided the trajectory of my career. And I'm really grateful for those people. One final thing that I'll mention about mentoring others is it pushes your own understanding. There's a really cheesy Phil Collins quote from Tarzan in the song Son of Man: "In learning you will teach, and in teaching you will learn." And it sounds kind of corny, but it's super true. When you teach something to other people, it pushes your own understanding. That's because it's one thing when we understand how it works in our head. It's not really pieced together, but we know how it works. It's another thing when you have to articulate it and explain exactly how it works in a way that makes sense. And when we do this, sometimes we could be surprised about how little we actually know about something. We might intuitively understand it, but do you really understand it well enough to explain how it works in in a simple manner. Now, when you set yourself up to teach other people, it really forces that understanding, and it's going to help you know that thing better. Providing guidance to others has helped me to supercharge my growth as an analyst, because I haven't just been in my own little box with what I know or whatever. I'm constantly having to push myself to explain concepts to other people, and it helps me learn better and faster. So there you go. There's 4 strategies to help you go from beginner to advanced data analyst. And I assure you, if you focus on these 4 things, you will see growth within your role and within your career. To recap, those things are understanding the data ecosystem, developing key business metrics, leading projects and engaging with stakeholders, and mentoring and guiding others. I hope this was helpful. If it was, please like and subscribe to help the channel. I'll have a link to try out Skyvia for free in the description below. But before you go, check out this video to get my framework for how to ace any SQL interview question in just a few simple steps. Thanks again for watching. I'll see you next time.